Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today I am here with our friend, Robin Shimizu, talking about happy, healthy habits. Good morning, Robin. Uh, I want to give a shout out to everybody watching live and on the replay, and to my friend and colleague, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. We just want to say welcome, 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 and we wish you well today in all your endeavors. We like to get started by yielding the floor to Robin. So, Robin, I'm going to put you in the place of authority. There you are. What do you have for us today?
Good morning, Terralina. So good to see you.
It's
We
good
are
to see
10,
you.
we are 10 degrees hotter in Sacramento today than average.
Oh,
It's going to
okay.
be just one of those beautiful springtime days. And I'm thinking, my goodness, what happened to winter? Oh, it's gone. Yay, spring is here. So we started this year out 2025 with our coaches, Maureen Stevenson and Linus Woods Mullins. And it seems like this year we're emphasizing self-care and prioritizing self-care. Maureen said, prioritize your self-care. And I thought that is going to be our theme for this year because,
We
right,
need it.
we need it. So I found this really cute little article to remind us what self-care really, what it entails. It's just really quick. So why is it important to take care of yourself, right? We have to take care of our body, mind, and soul every day. And
Mhm.
if we don't, we get sick. And
Wow.
so why do we often fail at self-care? So I'm going to just read what she says. Practicing self-care isn't always easy. Most of us are crazy busy, have stressful jobs, or are too consumed with technology to make time for ourselves. Me time is usually the last on the agenda. Worse, we can sometimes feel guilty by taking the time required to take care of ourselves. So
Mm.
getting started with self-care can be challenging. So how do you engage in self-care? Fortunately, there are many things you can do. You can read, you can join self-care programs, you can work with a coach or a therapist. No matter what you choose, the goal is to figure out which self-care strategies work best for you and learn how to use these strategies. So the very first one is, surprise, surprise, make sleep part of your
Ah,
self-care routine, right?
yes. Mhm.
So, and I really didn't prioritize my sleep when I was younger. And I never thought about it in that way, that it was part of my self-care routine. And so it is now. But yeah, sleep is so, so important. The second one was take care of yourself by taking care of your gut. And we're going to have Maureen come back and talk to us about gut health. Either Maureen or Linus, because we haven't done that in a while. So we need to
Mhm.
remind people about our gut health and how important it is. The third one is exercise daily as part of your self-care routine.
Okay,
So yeah.
that's
And
good.
last week we said we were going to start walking every day, right?
Yes, and
Because
I did walk this week. The,
yay,
the weather changed, and I did actually walk. So I'm
how
putting
do
the
you
effort in.
you
Hmm.
you did better than me. The fourth one was eat right for self-care. Of course, we know that the food we eat is potential for either keeping us healthy or contribute to a weight gain or diseases such as diabetes, but it can also keep our minds working and alert. Eating the right foods can
Hmm.
help prevent short-term memory loss and so on and so forth. So yeah, eating right is really important, of course. This is a good one. Say no to others. Say yes to your self-care.
Okay,
That's a big one.
it is a really big one. It's one we have to unlearn too. We got so many people pulling on you that you have no time left. When you do have downtime, you're too exhausted to do anything for you. That's not a good look.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not feeling badly about doing that, about saying
Mhm.
no. Learning to say no is really hard. Many of us feel obligated to say yes when someone asks for our time or our energy. However, you're already stressed or overworked. Saying yes to loved ones used to say no that, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm reading this incorrectly. If you're already stressed or overworked, saying yes to loved ones will stress you out even further, and you'll
Mm.
have no time for yourself. Okay, and this is a good one too.
Uh-huh.
Take a self-care trip,
Ah.
which is what I just did when I went to Monterey a couple weeks ago. It was
Congratulations. Hmm.
so just taking a self-care trip can make a huge difference in your life. Not everybody can do that, but you can get away. Doing just getting away from the house or getting away from your
Or
situation.
take a staycation, just go downtown to a hotel and order
Mhm.
room service. Come on.
Yeah. Take care of yourself by getting outside.
Hmm.
Spending time outside can help reduce stress, lower your blood pressure, and help you live in the moment.
Oh, so maybe
Um,
that walk outside is important too.
yeah, yeah. Studies have even shown that getting outside can help reduce fatigue, making it a great way to overcome symptoms of depression or burnout.
Mhm.
The eighth one is let a pet help you with your self care.
Mm.
Now, everybody can't have a pet for a lot of reasons, but I don't know. That to me is a hard one, but they say dogs especially can help reduce stress and feelings of anxiety and can help lower blood pressure.
I
That's a
think that's because you have to walk a dog.
and you have yeah.
You have to get out every day and walk a dog. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Or feed a pet. So you have to get up off the couch. You have to do something for something else. But I think some of us have enough to take care of. We don't need to throw a pet on top of that.
I think that's where I was going with this is that
Mhm.
you have to figure out if that's going to really help or stress you
Work
out more.
work for your
Yeah.
lifestyle. Plus, when
Mhm.
you're ready to take that trip for the break, what do you do with the pet? Now you got
Right.
something else to worry about.
And it's money.
Yes,
Taking care of an animal takes a lot of money,
exactly.
no matter what. Okay, the ninth one is take care of yourself by getting organized.
Okay, declutter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we were talked about that this year already, huh?
Hmm.
Number 10 is this is a good one too. Cook at home to care for yourself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, read a book on self-care for self-care. So reading a book about self-care would help.
Mhm.
Schedule yourself for self-care time and guard that time with everything you have.
Okay.
So just
Hmm.
schedule it in your day. This is my time and I'm going to take care of myself.
Right. Life will give you what you fight for or what you accept.
So today we have with us Jill Weston, and I'm going to read. I know I'm so excited. Because we don't get to see her, but maybe three
I
times a year.
know.
So it's such a blessing to have her. Okay, so I'm going to read her little bio because
Mhm.
it's very short and it says a lot. Okay, Jill Weston is affectionately known as the stress whisperer, using her calm vibe and voice to help people navigate stress and anxiety in order to move through everyday life more smoothly. Her focus on easy to learn mindfulness and meditation sessions means anyone can benefit from her teachings regardless of their level of experience and with meditation. Jill has specialized in mindfulness and meditation for 12 years, serving thousands of clients. She hosts workshops and retreats, teacher trainings, and is a contributor on the Insight Timer app. Her business, Breathing Space, was born out of a lifelong guiding principle to be of service. So, with that, let's bring on Jill and see what she has for us today.
Hello, Jill.
Welcome,
Yay!
welcome, ladies, and all the viewers, anybody listening on the replay. Usually I ask, how are you? We talked a little bit about that, and we agree we're just going to jump into the practice because pretty much we know how everybody is or isn't. So,
It's cuckoo.
yeah, there's a lot. And Robin mentioned several things that I'll share. Number one, thank you. I am Jill Weston, as Robin introduced. Robin talked about taking care of the gut. So one of the things I'm going to do today is offer a short but powerful guided meditation about literally checking in with your stomach and checking in with your heart, checking in with your head. And the idea is, as much as you can, try to have your body support you. So sometimes we think, if I just have a better to-do list, if I just turn off the news, if I walk the dog, those are all good things. But a lot of those practices can really, really be enhanced if you are in touch with your body. So I'm going to read for a minute. I call it a fancy word because on BizChicks, we just do something simple. But there's a bit of a fancy word called somatic practices, and that's SOMATIC. And what I want you to listen for again is that idea of tapping into your body's sensations. So the definition says somatic practices are body-centered activities, and we're going to do a body-centered activity today that aim to improve physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And the way that that's done is you're going to enhance the awareness of your bodily sensations and then integrate them. So sometimes when I talk to people, I say, "Oh, how are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine." Or, they're rubbing their leg, or, "No, everything's fine." I'm like, "What's going on with your arm?" "Oh, I guess my arm hurts." So there can be physical sensations, emotional sensations that we're not aware of. Even when you think of little kids, when they get really upset and they do I call it the breathless crying, and literally everything is stopped up and tight. And we might tend to say, "What's the matter?" They can't go to their brain and verbal. The body is tight. But if you say, "Can you take a little breath? Can you shake out your hands? Can you shake out your shoulders?" All of a sudden they can talk and breathe again. So being in someone's face saying, just breathe, just let it go, let go of that trauma. It's literally like, where is the trauma? Where do I put my attention? So that's the awareness of how can your body help you. So really letting your body support you. To do that, though, you have to check in. So where are you holding any stress? If you're doing this with your arm, or you're like, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." Your hands will go where your body needs help sometimes. And so if it's like, I'm so worried about so much. I don't know how to stop all this worry. If you're doing all this, your jaw's probably tight. So take your attention to your jaw. So what I'm going to do is a fairly short meditation. A lot of the meditations on here, or the guided sessions that I do, I encourage you to do them slower and take your time. So this is just an example. And the idea is we're going to check to see what's going on with us. Are there parts in our body that feel strong and already feel supportive? Or are there areas that like, "Hey, over here, like, come check me out. Hello, I need," I was like, "I don't know why my stomach always hurts. Must be something I ate." That's true to some extent, but you also have emotions in your belly. So, there's several speakers that come on and do some excellent presentations on gut health. And the two that I know also do talk about emotions. So we're going to do a little bit of that today. So figuring out what is strong in your body or where you're needing help. And I recommend to people either shift or accelerate. That's not always the best word. Shift or accentuate or accelerate. So if you find somewhere in your body that does not feel good, figure out if you are in a position, do you have the knowledge, the practices to shift that feeling? And if that's too hard, go find a place in your body that feels strong, that feels good, that feels supportive, and accentuate it or double it. So if my jaw is really tight, I'm just like, I have this meeting coming up, I have this this presentation to plan. Oh my gosh, who said what again on the news? And you're like, okay, my jaw's tight. And you work on that for 5 minutes in all different ways, and your jaw's still tight. Find somewhere else in your body that feels good. So maybe my jaw is tight, but I was like, oh man, the back of my neck feels so relaxed. Or my hips feel really good. Or it feels like I want to do some breath work. So as Terry was saying too, unlearn some things, don't fight some things. If you can't get your jaw released, or your shoulders are up here and you're just like, don't keep fighting that. Go somewhere in your body that does feel good and accentuate that, and the entire body will start to relax. Okay.
Oh.
So again, we're going to focus on stomach, heart, head as a somatic practice to get in touch with yourself. And then we're going to, as you go through the stomach, heart, and head, you're going to kind of assess, like, is that a relaxed area? Is that an area that's feeling good? If not, you'll try to shift it. And if you can't, you're going to go somewhere else in that area that just like, you're just like, you know what, that already feels good. Okay. So if you were driving, we always give the caution, if you were driving, either pull over or keep driving and come back and listen on the replay. I know Terralina's going to like check out because she just gets relaxed right away. But this is a formatted practice, Terry.
Okay.
So I'm going to encourage you to follow along, and it's different from anything I've ever done before.
Okay, because
But if you
when I saw you, I relaxed. I was like, "Oh, Jill's I'm good."
but the same thing, if you just need to check out, that's some of how I teach too, is if you're just like, no, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to check out anyway. That's the somatic practice. Your body's saying, no, I don't want to listen to that podcast. I don't want to listen to the guided meditation. I don't want to do yoga. I don't want to sip my tea. I can start to sip the tea and it's like, no, I don't want that. I just want to sit here. You do what works for you. And the somatic practice is literally, what your body wants. So I was just teasing you.
I know.
Follow along if you
I
can.
wasn't teasing. When I saw.
I know. So follow along to learn the practice, but that's the beauty, is that BizChicks gives you the replay. If you need to do something else, do that, and then you come back for the replay. Okay. And I'm going to play a little music in the background. You can let me know if it's, when I start playing, if it's too loud or not. All right, so starting out, if you can go ahead and close your eyes. Just literally rest your eyelids, and your eyelids are a part of your body. So literally sometimes it's like our eyes are tight. And someone's like, what do you mean? I'm like, just relax your eyes, relax your eyelashes, and notice that your eyes might be tight. And then take a few inhales. I'm going to do that with you. Exhale, let all the breath out. Take some inhales. And you can exhale loudly. You can exhale with a sigh. Do anything that works for you. And the reason that is both helpful and important is that it brings attention to your body. It lets your body know, like, it's okay to be here. You can notice any sounds that are around you. And then if you can, just bring attention back to you. And if not, that's okay. And then notice your right hand, your right elbow, your right shoulder, your left hand, your left elbow, and your left shoulder. And take one more long exhale. And see if you can drop your shoulders, drop your elbows, let your hands relax down. And now I want you to take all of your awareness to your stomach, to your belly. And if that doesn't feel maybe natural, you can put your hands on your belly. And either notice or think about, right, when your hands go to your belly, See if anything comes up like, oh, my belly's kind of sore, or it feels heavy, or my belly feels great. My belly feels soft and calm. And as you check out your belly, if that makes sense, see if there's anywhere in the belly that you want to shift a feeling. So maybe the left side or the right side or deep within maybe feels like heavy. And see if you can change any of that feeling. Maybe on your exhale. Imagine letting a muscle or an area of your belly relax. And if that's difficult for you, find a place in your belly that actually feels good, that it feels like energy is flowing, everything's flowing. Maybe a smile comes to your face, and see if you can double that feeling. So we're going to double or accentuate whatever does feel good in the belly. And then just imagine your entire belly starting to digest any heavy thoughts or emotions. Can you imagine your belly digesting, supporting, making sense of what's happening? So either shifting something that doesn't feel good, or accentuating, accelerating what does feel good. And then when you're ready, take attention from your belly, your stomach, to your heart area. And don't worry if it's difficult. If you're like, oh, I don't really know how to feel my heart area, I don't know how to find it. You can take your hand to the heart, take both hands to the heart, or just imagine. And we're going to repeat the same thing again. Either find somewhere in your heart that maybe feels heavy, feels tight, just doesn't feel quite right. And see if you need to or want to shift anything. And sometimes just by noticing is all that you need to shift. And if that doesn't feel easy to tap into, you could also find somewhere in your heart space that just feels so good, so comforting. And again, if it brings a smile to your face, that's that area. And see if you can double that. Can you accentuate that? And literally feel your heart, the good places, the clear places in your heart supporting you. Whether it's a sense of warmth or a sense of ease, feel all of that. And know that your heart supports you. Imagine the energy from your belly coming up through your heart. And then go ahead and take attention to your head. And don't worry about where in your head, just anywhere in your head that just automatically your attention goes there. And we're going to repeat the same thing again. Where in the area all around your head or a specific area feels strong, feels right, or feels like it needs some help or feels heavy. And then see if you can shift. Can you notice and shift anything that does not feel good? And maybe it's lessening an area that feels heavy, maybe loosening an area that feels tight. And if you're not feeling like you want to shift anything or you can't find that, see if you can find an area somewhere in your head that feels really, really good. It could be the back of your head or your temples or within the top of your head. Can you find somewhere in your head that just feels light, feels clear? And know that your head supports you. Whatever that means for you. And then take your attention and imagine moving your attention from your head down to your heart, to your stomach. Maybe even feeling a connection between all of those areas. And if you don't, that's okay. Then take attention from your belly, from your stomach, to your heart, up through your head. And see if you can accentuate, you can double, you can feel all the things that feel right and good and supportive. Double that from the belly up through the heart, up through the head, and then all the way back down. You're just noticing. You don't have to, at this point, you have to change anything if you don't want to. Just notice. And maybe there's a bit of a smile on your face or some warmth in your body. Your body might start to sway or move in easy, gentle motion. You're just feeling content, feeling grounded, connecting with your body, talking to your body, and letting your body support you. And then when you're ready, start to notice your fingers, your hands, your toes, and your feet again. Maybe feeling your hips sitting on the chair again. Just noticing all of that. Just gently starting to come back when you are ready. Starting to notice sounds around you, noticing your hands, your fingers, your feet, your toes. When you're ready, you can slowly start to open your eyes. And as you are in contact and connection with your body, see what you need right now. Does your body want you to just sit still? Does your body want a little shakeout? What does your body want right now? And again, the practice, this was what we call a somatic practice, just coming back to your body, checking in, feeling what is good, what is right, what feels good in your body, and then noticing anything that you want to shift. And we did the belly, the heart, and then the head. So again, my name is Jill Weston. Thank you for practicing along with me. And know this was a pretty short practice. That was only about 8-10 minutes maybe. This could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be 2 minutes. You could do any body part that you want. So a lot of what I teach and encourage is once you can check in with your body, really see what your body is saying to you and take your attention where your body wants you to go. I love the belly, heart, head, and that connection, but it literally could be your little finger. It could be the back of your neck. It could be your elbow. So let me know if you have any questions. I know we want to keep this brief. But again, that was just a short practice and a short example.
Alrighty.
Hi, Terry.
I'm going to bring us back in, Robin. I just want to say, if you are looking to connect with Jill, you can find her at the Breathing Space. And let me put her website up. If there's something that you want to share, Robin, go right ahead.
So, Jill, do you have that type of somatic practice on Insight Timer or somewhere we can access it? Because like shift is kind of like that you have on there, the 15-minute shift.
Yeah, this is a little more specific to the body, so I don't have it. But I could make it available. I could create it. I would say give me, because I'm going to travel for about 2 weeks. But yes, and this is again something I offer. Like if someone wants a custom session, for example, like if this felt good for you, but you don't feel like you can guide yourself, you could call, make an appointment, and we would probably do a 30-minute session. You know, I would talk a little bit about what it is that's needed, and then guide you through. But if it's of interest to people, I can also make a recording, and I have some recorded sessions on my website, and that way you don't have to wait. Like if someone's driving right now, they're like, oh, I missed the BizChicks session. There's a way to access that, but no, it's not recorded. But I would be happy to record it if it felt helpful.
Well, if I could take a minute, I want to give you some feedback. I couldn't believe, but I was in tears when we went to our heart, because my mom's baby sister passed. I can't go to the service, and it's so it was really good.
I'm glad that supported you.
Yeah, and then bringing us back to finding where we feel good in our body, and really focusing on that was really helpful.
Yeah,
that was really powerful. I mean, I'm just like, I can hardly speak.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, and there's you know, a lot of people sometimes feel that it's difficult, or you cannot, or it doesn't feel right to hold two emotions. And again, that's what the beauty of the somatic practice is. You can have trauma, you can have sadness, you can have celebration, you can have confusion, and all of that can sit in your body. And sometimes it can coexist, and other times my encouragement to do somatic practices is to find out what is sitting there that is hidden, what is sitting there that's maybe overshadowing some other things, or like for you, Robin, what is ready to be revealed. And I'm sure you knew that you felt sad, and you felt whatever other, I don't want to assign any emotion to you, all the other ways, because you can't go to the services, but sometimes that's sitting there and we're just like, no, I'm fine. Or, oh, I'm just so sad. And sometimes I talk to people, they've been saying they're sad for 5 years, which might be true, or maybe it's held in the body and it's not even really that true anymore. So you can have, that's why I like what part in your body needs some help and what part is feeling really good, and you decide. So if you were those of you listening in the audience, you may have just stayed with the areas that weren't so great that you wanted to shift, and you didn't get to the areas that feel good. That's okay. But it's your body telling you when you can tap in what you want and how to feel supported. And you don't need me to do it. You don't need other people. And it's a nice compliment, though, for therapy, for lots of other things. I'm not saying you don't need anyone to help you through, but it's a practice you can do by yourself, because your body's right there for you all the time. Your body will talk to you. whenever you need it to. So thank you for
That
sharing that, Robin.
was amazing.
Wow.
I feel so much better. And I didn't feel badly. I didn't think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about, when you tap in, you don't really know how you feel until you really tap in.
Yes,
Because
that's
I'm
powerful.
busy writing the eulogy and I'm busy doing this and I'm busy doing that. And, it was all really, everything was great. And I'm encouraging my sisters to go and do all that stuff. But what about me? Yeah. So that was really good.
And that's what self-care is. It's, true. Sometimes it's massages, or if you can get away on a vacation, as you mentioned, but that care of the self. And what does care mean? Care means, what in the world does my body want? What does my body need? What does my mind need? Like, what is going on in here? So, perfect
Thank
example.
you.
Thank you for sharing that, Robin.
How about you, Carolina?
I just feel so much better. Just being able to breathe and relax, that felt so good. And to take my mind off of, finding a way to take my mind off of, the chaos. It's just such a blessing. I just want to encourage everybody to go to Jill's website, Our Breathing Space. I put it in the chat and you can see it up on the screen. She has several activities coming up for March on Insight Timer. And just try it out. It is just such a blessing and you will feel so much better. We just want to thank you so much, Jill. It's always a blessing when you come to our place to help us get in a whole different space. And so we just want to acknowledge that and thank you so much for what you do. Oh my goodness. So what do we have coming up next week?
Oh.
I know. It's like it just shifts the whole agenda, doesn't it?
No, it really does. Okay, so we're in March next week. Amazing. Claudia
Wow.
Newman will be with us next week. So that's a very fun she'll be teaching us a lot about eating healthily and things. Our whole month is great. We've got Claudia, Linus, and we have Jill back. And then we have Linus again. So we've got a great month coming up.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay, guys, I just want to remind you that take some time out for yourself and also learn how to breathe. Take some time out, go over to Jill's website, which we showed you, Our Breathing Space. Also remind you that tomorrow we'll be talking tech and easy to understand terms here on BizChicks. So we invite you to come and join us to talk with the tech divas. And with that, we thank you for your time. And we thank you again, Jill, for all you do for BizChicks and for the world, because your gift is so needed.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. So I'm going to, if I can find my I'm going to close us out. Guys, have a great day.
Bye, Jill. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.